Welcome to Millennial Minds. Today, we are exploring the unique psychology of Gen Y. Born between 1981 and 1996, this generation bridges two completely different eras. They experienced a purely analog childhood, playing outside with physical toys, but they transitioned into a high-speed, hyper-connected digital adulthood. This unique timeline actually wired their brains to be highly adaptable. It is exactly why millennials often experience deep, comforting nostalgia for simpler times. Yet, they constantly process massive amounts of overwhelming new information every single day. This constant processing is a major reason why Gen Y reports high anxiety. They were raised with the promise that a college degree guaranteed lifelong success. But reality hit hard as many entered the workforce during a massive economic recession. This created a permanent psychological shift in how this generation views money. They prioritize meaningful experiences and travel over owning expensive luxury items. To survive, many embraced the exhausting psychological trap known as hustle culture. This relentless drive often leads directly to intense, debilitating millennial burnout. As a result, Gen Y has completely normalized the concept of going to therapy. They are actively breaking generational cycles and prioritizing their mental well-being. In the workplace, they firmly reject rigid traditional structures and toxic environments. They psychologically crave purpose, flexibility, and a deep sense of belonging at work. However, growing up alongside social media caused deep and lasting self-esteem challenges. The constant comparison to curated lives online takes a very heavy emotional toll. This environment fueled FOMO, the fear of missing out, creating constant social pressure. Psychologically, this desire for connection often clashes with social anxiety or past digital rejection. Even dating moved online, changing how Gen Y forms romantic attachments through infinite choice. This digital landscape introduced painful new concepts like ghosting into their social psychology. Psychologically, they value deep emotional connection and transparency over traditional relationship structures. Many feel immense internal pressure as they delay traditional adult milestones like marriage. Home ownership, once standard, now feels psychologically and financially out of reach for many. This economic uncertainty has profoundly shaped their choices around having children or starting families. This generation is navigating an extended adolescence, redefining what being an adult actually means. They coined the term adulting to describe the complex, everyday psychological weight of responsibility. The core psychology of Gen Y is centered on achieving the elusive work-life balance. They are deeply inner-directed, seeking jobs and lifestyles that provide personal meaning and purpose. When Gen Y finds work aligned with their values, they demonstrate high levels of innovation. As they become parents, Gen Y applies their empathetic psychology to gentle parenting techniques. They aim to raise resilient, emotionally aware children, often using tech to optimize parenting. Now, Gen Y is moving into leadership, bringing their collaborative, values-driven approach with them. Psychologically, they act as bridges between older generations and the digital native Gen Z. They blend traditional logic with digital efficiency, creating a unique problem-solving mindset. Ultimately, Gen Y wants to leave the world psychologically healthier and more compassionate. Understanding their unique psychology allows us to appreciate their resilient, innovative spirit. As millennials look to the future, they remain remarkably optimistic despite their past setbacks. They are slowly rebuilding financial security through creative side hustles and alternative investing. They have successfully rewritten the script, proving that a successful life doesn't have to be a straight line. Psychologically, they place immense value on their chosen families and tight-knit local communities. They are also actively setting healthier boundaries with the very technology they helped build. Valuing raw authenticity above all, Gen Y fully rejects the exhausting need for digital perfection. Their ultimate legacy is a massive psychological shift toward empathy, mental health, and emotional intelligence. They remind us all that it is perfectly okay to pause, reflect, and simply breathe. If you found this dive into the millennial mind fascinating, do not forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in our next psychological journey.